great lead-in on simulation. So what our research said, 25% of organizations use a simulation in the job interview process. If there's one thing you change today, that number needs to be 100%. That number needs to be 100%. A picture tells 1,000 words. The best interviewers are not the best hires, right? The people who can actually show you what they could do in the job and do it extremely well are the best hires. Aaron was giving some examples on, our process to his table, and doesn't matter what role you join in our firm, there is a simulation, 1, 2, or 3 simulations, because those are really what tell us. So you might say, well, it's hard, We were hiring, where's David Bolpe? He's around here somewhere. Over there, David. So, we were hiring David into a senior finance role. And so what I did, I gave him our financial statements, right? I had 3 final candidates, gave them our financial statements, a calculator, a pen, and 15 minutes. And I said, tell me what you see and give me insight. If you were in this role, what would you start looking at on these pages? And David obviously did a fantastic job, and he's been with us for 5 years now. So, any role you can do this. A desktop publisher, we give them Word and PowerPoint and with all kinds of mistakes and different things in it, and we give them time, and we see what they can do with it. Salespeople, prospecting calls, right? We give them a prospecting scenario. We give them 10 minutes. We put 2 or 3 of our people in another room. They don't know that. They think they're calling one person, but they're on a speakerphone, 2 or 3 people listening. They make the prospecting call, try to get the meeting, and then here's the real kicker that can help you is we walk back in to the room and we lead them through a feedback dialogue. And we're not just trying to give them feedback, we're trying to see how well are they accepting of feedback, right? Do they get defensive or are they open? And by the way, if they get defensive, not the right fit for us, right? Because you're going to get a lot of feedback. So we need to know that you can take feedback. So we're actually simulating their ability to take feedback. Then what we say is redo. You get a redo, go. And then they do the call, 3 people listening, and we see, did they enact the feedback, right? Were they open to feedback and are they able to use feedback? And did the second call incorporate that, right? We can use simulations, any job, and they're fantastic. And by the way, way shorter and tell way more. That whole thing with salespeople takes about 30 minutes. 30 minutes. We can learn 10 times as much as if we interview them for 30 minutes with that simulation, right? I learned more about David and his thinking in that time, and especially when I have 3 candidates, because I can see, it's a hard test and they haven't seen it and there's pressure and it's an interview, right? It's not ideal simulation situation, but you get to see 3 different people and now I get a comparison, That's fair because I can see 3 different folks who had the same opportunity.